I know I've shared with some of you, but I had a wonderful, absolutely, and very meaningful person in my life that we called Uncle Friedman. And Uncle Friedman was Jewish, so that's another story. But for right now, Uncle Friedman was very important because he kind of had these wonderful little pieces of Jewish humor, and he would love to share them with us. And one of the things I'll never forget, he was talking with a group of his friends, and I got to sit by and listen. And he said, you know, the best cure for conceit is all of us need to walk in the cemetery. And he's going, whoa. And he said, it's because it's there you're going to find the eggheads and the boneheads get the same billing. And so I can remember going to the cemetery. He was right. He was right. Conceit. Conceit is such an integral part of our pride. And I can remember Uncle Friedman's statement about conceit, and I carried that with me even when I went to college and taking a philosophy course. And we were studying at the school of philosophy that's called cynicism. That school of philosophy which takes other schools of philosophy and tries to make them pragmatic, down to earth. And doing this by asking very pragmatic questions. And so one of the stories that our philosophy instructor told us was Alexander the Great comes in contact with one of the most famous philosophers of this school, Diogenes, and he looks at him and he's looking at a bowl filled with bones. And he said, "What are you doing?" And Diogenes responded, "Something I can't find." And Alexander, in all of his glory and brusqueness, says, "Well, what is that?" And Diogenes said, "I'm trying to find the difference between your father's bones and those of his slaves." Wow. I was struck with the reality how ultimately there is real no difference between the bones of a slave and of a king. In God's eyes, there's real no difference either. And that reality really struck with me, and it makes it very difficult to be conceited, to think I'm better than anybody, or that I'm so different from other people that I have a higher status. In God's eyes, we are all loved. We are all enjoyed. And if you want proof of that, God so loved the world, not just Michael, not just Trinity Parish, not just Episcopalians, not even just Christians. God so loved the world